Alright, hey everybody, my name is Dana Patrick, and my presentation is on the Fleishman Job Analysis survey. So for starters, a little background history on it. Created by Edwin A. Fleishman, not surprising. Can be applied for all jobs, however, mostly the historical roots of it were rooted in aviation. Reflects 4 decades of research on mental abilities, and through factor and analytic studies, identification, and descriptions for a total of 52 various abilities were created. So what is the Fleishman Job Analysis Survey? It's been a long-established instrument used in job analysis. Basically, it's used to provide descriptions of jobs and tasks in respect to their required abilities and skills. Provides common classifications of the definitions of those abilities, makes it easier for people to, have that basic understanding. It does provide a handbook proposing tests that might be used for selection. And recently, they did just add the FJS Part 2, which domains focus more on the interpersonal abilities. For example, like how you communicate with people, stuff along those lines. Task-anchored rating scales were developed for 21 interpersonal abilities, such as social confidence, dependability, and social sensitivity, which were those 21 new sources that were added to the FJS Part 2. So what is the purpose of the FJS? Basically, determines levels of knowledge, skills, and abilities in performing a wide range of tasks and jobs. Provides experts an easy way to assess tasks in relevance to requirements on those skills and abilities by using behavior-anchored rating scales. And how is it conducted? So basically, experienced employees, or SMEs, which are subject matter experts, which is what we have been talking a lot about, they use behaviorally anchored rating scales to determine how important each KSA is to their job. Behaviorally anchored rating scales are used to rate performance, just in case those of you who did not know. I was not personally aware of what that was when I first started. So what does the FJS consist of? It has 73 knowledge and skills scales for a variety of abilities. The couple different sections of it include cognitive abilities, which there are 21 scales for that. Psychomotor, which there are 10. Physical, 9. Sensory and perception, 12, social/interpersonal skills and abilities, 21, which those were just added to the FJS2. So basically when you are using this survey, a couple of assumptions are made. The method assumes that jobs and tasks can be separated by their different skills and abilities that are needed to perform them. So for each job, they would have different skills and abilities required for each of those positions. The people who know the job can make a reliable and valid assessment of the needed skills and abilities, which that means basically whoever you're interviewing or having complete these surveys, they actually are able to provide accurate representation of those skills and abilities that are required to perform their job. Gathering information and interpretations of the data. So survey questionnaires are used, and it consists of a series of behaviorally anchored point rating scales. The level to which a certain ability is needed for a job under question is measured. Any rating that is above scale average, so ability is important to the job, should be tested. So anything that is over the average of that rating scale, those are the ones that have the most importance in, relevance to those positions. What are the advantages of this? Provides detailed picture on the relevant abilities and skills needed to perform a job. Sensitivity of measurement is ensured. Identifies differences and similarities between jobs, meaning that it can be generalized to other positions. It does not have to be for one certain position. It does have the ability to differentiate between them. Can be applied to all jobs, which is a great thing in the work world. Having the ability to apply this test to other positions definitely is helpful. No acceptance issues. I'm not quite sure what that means, honestly. Disadvantages. On the research I conducted, there weren't really any disadvantages to this. Seems like a pretty good method to use. And then we get to this slide. So the ease of use I found this was on the research I conducted. The ease of the use was considered to be medium, so not super difficult to use, not necessarily easy, not super difficult though. The efficiency is medium, and the effectiveness is high, meaning that the results you get from this tend to be pretty good. Reliability, inter-rater, and split-half results from various studies gave high to very high reliability coefficients. Validity, there were a couple different examples on the validity section. Construct validity, it did have consistent, plausible interpretation of ability requirements, and predictive validity demonstrated in studies the FJS score as predictor of actual task performance of persons in a performance test as a criterion. The cost of it, I found, so it's calculated per job up to 25 raters. The first part of the FJS, which is the one that it does not include the inter-rater, the interpersonal scales, $176 US. The second part is 143. And then, if you want the valuable handbook of human abilities, which Fleishman did also write, and the taxonomies of human performance, which he also wrote that, it will be another $100. And that is the end of my presentation. I hope everything made sense, and I hope you guys could hear me. If you have any questions, do please feel free to just comment on it, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Alright, thanks you guys for listening.